Glad you all are here. Thanks for being here today. My name is Robert Juvenetti, Senior Associate Athletics Director at Texas Tech for External Operations, and on behalf of the Athletic Department, I'd like to welcome you all here today for a really exciting day. Glad we could be here. Media, there'll be no questions from the speakers up here. We'll do a little scrum over here after all the speakers are done. So we'll get that started. Without further ado, let's get started. I've been around this program a long time. I'm an old guy, gray hairs. I've been a student, fan. Now I'm working here in the athletic department. I've never seen the kind of excitement that we're seeing around Texas Tech football and Texas Tech athletics that we're seeing right now, and it's a fun time to be a part of it. I think in any great organization there are significant turning points, and we saw one of those a couple months ago when Regent Womble donated to the Dustin R. Womble Football Training Center. We saw one with the naming our new coach, and I think today is another one. We said when the Regent Womble gift was announced, hey, Texas Tech won today. I think we'll say that when we hit our heads on the pillow tonight. The Texas Tech won today. It's a great day. Before we get started, I do want to recognize some of our guests. Mayor Pope is here in attendance somewhere. Mayor Dan Pope. Mayor Pro Tem Steve Massengale is hiding in the back somewhere. There he is. Chancellor Ted Mitchell right up here in the front. Chairman Michael Lewis is here in the front row here. Vice Chair Mark Griffin is here in the front. Regent Dusty Womble here in the front. And then Regent Cody Campbell, who we'll be hearing from later on this afternoon, is sitting here in the front as well. So, yeah, thanks all for being here. So we're excited, a lot of winning, a lot of momentum. A guy who knows a lot about winning, we're going to bring him up here. I'm not sure what he has for breakfast, but he's constant energy, constant on the go. He's won wherever he's gone. He hadn't sat still since he's been here on his phone, recruiting, doing all the great things. Excited about what he's going to bring to this program. So please join us in welcoming our new football coach, Joey Mcguire.
How we doing, Red Raiders? Andrea helped me a little bit with these notes, and I was like looking at it, and I didn't see anything with Raider power. And like, we've got such an amazing day today that we got to start it off that way, right? Someone move away from this, and we'll start off. Raider power! That was soft. Raider power! Raider power! Jonathan, I'm worried about you. You weren't fired up right there. Aren't you the money guy? We're here for a reason, bro. Okay, all right. Let me tell you, everywhere I've been going over the last 2 weeks, Red Raider Nation is so fired up. I mean, we were talking about it at lunch of like what has surprised me, and I knew this fan base was just so incredible, but what has surprised me is how they are just on fire right now. And it's not for football, for our basketball team, you know, all of our sports. And so excited about that. And we're building so much momentum. And right now, college football is probably as crazy as it's ever been. And I promise you this, the momentum that we are building is going to make sure that we come out on top. I had a reporter ask me the other day, he was kind of digging in to try to see who we were going to be on our staff and everything. And I told him this, I said, when the dust settles after the first signing day, and in January, where everybody's hired, the Red Raiders are going to look really good. We're going to look really good. And I think today is going to help us keep that momentum going and really make us look the way we're supposed to be on top. First, I want to thank Dusty for a couple of reasons. One, for welcoming me and my wife into your family. And thank you so much for what you've done for this university and this program, this football program, and everything that we're doing athletically. I really appreciate it. And then Cody, I can't thank you enough for doing the same thing. I mean, from day one with both of y'all, being on the committee, y'all have made me feel like $1 million, and I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you for all the donors that have helped us to this point. I really think whenever we leave here today and I get back on the road, we've got about 13 or 14 families coming in, and when they hear this news, I think that it is going to help us in recruiting. It's going to help this community, and it's going to lead us into a place that we want to go, that we're supposed to be, and this is only going to be the stepping stone. Thank you so much, Cody, for what you're doing today. Thank you so much for your family. Love seeing your parents here. That fires me up. Mom in red and black. It's exciting. I just appreciate y'all so much. I cannot wait to see everybody at the bowl game, and I cannot wait to fill this place up next year and let the nation see what this football team is going to look like. Thank y'all very much.
Since President Juvenetti became president of Texas Tech in 2016, we've seen record levels of enrollment, student retention, graduation rates, degrees, and research expenditures. I don't know why he's laughing now, but he's laughing. And he's on his way up here. So the momentum's not just limited, President Juvenetti, to athletics. President Lawrence Juvenetti.
Gio, thank you for that heartfelt introduction. And one other thing, don't ever make me follow Coach Mcguire again. It's hard. Well, good afternoon, and I want to thank all of you for being here today. Not long ago, we gathered to celebrate a wonderful gift from Dusty Womble that made possible the new football training facility. And today, that momentum for our football program is continued in a very significant way by a historic and lead gift provided by the generosity of Cody Campbell. Cody, to you and Tara, thank you. I imagine when many of you look at Cody, you see a regent. Some might see a former football player. Some might see a former NFL player. But what I see is a National Merit finalist. Cody was a superb student, and you see where that can take you in life. Throughout its 100 years, Texas Tech has followed a very steady path of progress. But there are singular events, like that's what we celebrate today, that dramatically accelerate the progress and the trajectory of a university. What distinguishes one great university from other institutions are gifts from extraordinary people, people who provide more than financial support, but their wisdom, their passion, and their leadership. And you can see that across our campus. The Edward Whittaker College of Engineering, Jerry S. Rawls College of Business, the J.T. and Margaret Talkington College of Visual and Performing Arts. And today, we celebrate in another way a very significant event that accelerates the reputation and the brand of Texas Tech. And for that, Cody, you have our sincerest gratitude and admiration. Texas Tech athletics contributes to the brand and reputation of Texas Tech in a very significant way. It matters to our fans, our student athletes, our coaches, and our alumni. And thank you, Cody, for advancing, and Tara, the reputation and the brand of this university, for your leadership on a continuous basis. We're very grateful.
Good afternoon, and as President Juvenetti said, I also say welcome. Thank all of you for being here today for this very special celebration. The incredible energy and enthusiasm that has surrounded our football program for the past month has been exciting for all of us. I think back to October 8th, as has been referenced, that's when we celebrated the naming gift, lead gift to the Womble Football Center. That was a monumental day, and Dusty, thank you and your family for all that y'all have done and continue to do for us. Dusty, can we ask you to stand and just let us recognize you for your continued leadership to Texas Tech football. I think back to Coach Mcguire's opening press conference and what has transpired since then, the enthusiasm, the energy that has just filtered through this entire community and through this entire university. It's been energizing, just the breath of energy and life that you've brought into this program. Coach Mcguire, thank you, and look forward to everything that lies ahead. And there's some great things that are coming for this football program. The team, you can't talk about Texas Tech football over the last month without talking about the young men that strap on those pads, and the way they've gone up against top 25 programs week after week after week, and the tenacity and the energy that they've brought, and the way that they've represented this university. I couldn't be more proud of a group of young men who have faced so much adversity and the fight that they have brought over the past month, and just appreciate each and every one of those young men in that locker room. And now today, we celebrate another great Red Raider, a former player that is stepping forward in a program-changing way again and doing something really special. And I think today leaves no doubt, zero doubt whatsoever, that Texas Tech football is going to have every resource and every investment that it needs to be successful. And we just had lunch, and Cody and Dusty and I were on the end of a table, and we were talking about things that are going to change in the coming years, and the Big 12 Conference is going to evolve. The college football playoff is going to evolve, and you know what? It is our goal, is our plan to be a part of that evolving landscape, and to be at the top of the Big 12 Conference, and to be relevant nationally, and to be a participant in the college football playoff. We're not going to back away. We're not going to shy away from those expectations. And yet again, as we're going to celebrate today, our donors and our supporters, the Red Raider Nation continues to step forward in very special ways to provide our programs and our athletes with first-class facilities. And we've seen the Womble Basketball Center, the Cash Family Nutrition Center, the Gary Peterson Football Field inside the Sports Performance Center, the Whitaker Center for Athletic Administration, and so many more facilities that just so many special Red Raiders and donors have contributed to make the excitement and the energy around our athletics program at an all-time high. But make no mistake about it, there is something very special about college football. We all enjoy the pageantry that is associated with the great game. If it's concerts at Raider Alley that we experienced this year, which were terrific, to the masked rider leading the field through the smoke and onto the field, or if it's the going band that connects Red Raiders from generation to generation, college football is very special, and nowhere is it celebrated any better than it is here at Texas Tech. But the love of the game of college football goes even deeper for the young men and the older men that have been in the locker room and played the game. Those that strap up the chin strap on Saturday afternoons. Those that are in the locker room putting their thigh pads and their knee pads in their pants every day to go to practice. Well, Cody and I were standing on the sideline in Waco. Some of us, back when we played, put thigh pads in. Kids today, they don't always wear the thigh pads, and we had a long conversation about that. But those memories and those moments form a very special brotherhood within a locker room and within college football, and they form relationships that last a lifetime, and those relationships are built on competition and a bond and a love for one another that comes from playing the game of college football that physically and mentally challenges you in a way that no other sport can. And then that association with the game of football as a former player, it's something you carry with you forever. And Cody and I have had a lot of talks about the game of college football and those memories and what it means to you. And it's a passion that lives within most former college football players that you just can't describe. And today is special for a lot of reasons, but it's a day that we celebrate and we take step forward yet again with a former player who has achieved incredible success in business and in football. A former player whose passion and commitment and love for Texas Tech football is as strong today as it's ever been. And that same burning drive for his alma mater, for his team, for his program to succeed is that same level of drive and determination that he's had in business. And it's a drive to win just like he has had in business. And make no mistake about it, and let me say it again, it is a drive and a passion to win. And that's what we want. And that's what we're determined to make sure that we provide this athletics program, this football program, and this football team every resource to be successful. And so today we celebrate Cody Campbell stepping forward with a $25 million donation that allows us to move forward with the planning and the development of the south end zone at what now will be named Jones AT&T Stadium, and Cody Campbell Field. As we celebrate this day at Jones AT&T Stadium and Cody Campbell Field, please join me in welcoming a great Red Raider, Cody Campbell.
Thanks, Kirby. I appreciate the nice words. And, you know, today's a really proud day for me. This is extremely meaningful. As Kirby mentioned, when I look back at my life and I think about the things that for me, obviously, you know, I had a great family, but then coming here and the lessons that I learned, the way I developed as a person, you know, work ethic, toughness, you know, has benefited me tremendously in my personal life, with my family, and in my business life. And, you know, I use those lessons every single day. And so, you know, I want to give back because it was so big for me. And then in addition to that, you know, I have this great family history here. My great-grandfather was in the first class at Texas Tech, was on one of the first football teams. You know, my dad played football here. My brother played baseball here, and I played here. And so it's just, this place, you know, grew up a Red Raider. And, you know, I've always followed it. And so I've always wanted to do everything I can to help it. And then as Kirby mentioned, when you're a player, and a player at Texas Tech, you become a part of a very special fraternity. And, you know, those guys are my brothers, not only guys that I played with, but the guys that played before me and the ones that play now and will play in years to come. And, you know, my eligibility is exhausted, and so is my body. But, you know, I'm just proud that I'll be out there on the field with them still. And so that's why, you know, having the field name for me was a very meaningful thing. I also want to say that I'm really proud to partner with the folks that have built this place and the donors who have given so much. And, you know, this is a large gift, but there are many others who have given more over time, Dusty Womble being one of them. And I'm just proud to partner with him and the others who are doing everything else they can. Hopefully I can catch up with all of them. I have a few years on you, Dusty, maybe, to get there, and I hope I can. But, you know, I think the last thing I'd like to say is just, you know, how I came to the decision to do this. And when I first started to make some money, a really smart guy set me down. He said, you know, when you're thinking about charitable giving, you need to think about it like a business deal, like an investment. You need to evaluate it and look at it and say, you know, if I give this money to you, you know, do you think, is it going to yield a return? Is it going to be successful? And so I took a look at the Texas Tech football program, and I think, you know, now is a really pivotal time, and it really is, like Kirby said, a turning point. I look at the commitment that the administration now has to this program. You know, there's a commitment to funding it operationally, operational budget. There's a commitment to these facilities that we're actually going to get these facilities done. With my gift and with Dusty's gift, we're going to build the FTF, and we're going to build the South End Zone. We're moving forward on them. There are a bunch of other donors that are on board. You know, we hired Coach Mcguire, and I could not be any more excited about what you're doing, Coach. I mean, the planning laid out, the strategy, and then the execution we've seen so far. And this place is going somewhere. And so this money that I'm giving isn't going to be just, you know, money that goes somewhere that never yields a return. This money is going to be leveraged because the things that are being done here are right. The administration is thinking about it the right way. The support is there. The board supports it. Everybody's behind this program. Everybody knows how important it is, and this is a true turning point for us. So anyway, once again, I'm just really proud. Honestly, you know, it's cheesy. I'm humbled, and you know, just really appreciate you all being here, and thank you very much. Guns up.
So if you guys aren't on the train, you need to get on the train today. We start season tickets went on sale this week. If you're watching on the stream, go online to texastech.com. We made it very easy for you. If you're here and you haven't done it, you can stop at the ticket office. You can call. We'll make it easy for you to get your tickets and bring your friends. Get on the train. Before we're finished, it'd be remiss if we didn't mention the fact in this very room 2 nights ago, we've talked a lot about facilities today for a good reason, but 33 of our student athletes came across this area up here to meet with Kirby, and they'll be graduating in a week and part of the December 2021 graduation ceremony. And so they wouldn't have been able to do that without you, our donors, our Red Raider Club donors, our season ticket holders. Every gift matters, and it affects our student athletes, and I was proud to see those 33 here on the other night. So thank you again for being here. Media, if you come up here, we'll do Q&As with Regent Campbell, with President Juvenetti, with Kirby, and Regent Womble if he wants to. And love this place, wreck 'em, and have a great holiday season.